Hi, I'm Beverly Banov Brown. If you're watching this video, then I know that you must be, or somebody close to you must be, suffering from the experience of loss, death, mourning. I can tell you from my own personal experience that it's not always easy, that there aren't always quick, fast answers that get you from point A to point B on this. Sometimes, using radical gratitude, though, we can help ourselves. We can get past some of the pain, the sorrow that can create a sense of stuckness that can depress us. Loss is a part of life. And yet, when a husband or a wife dies, when we lose perhaps a child, or we lose a parent or a sibling, when a very close friend or a business associate dies, a physical death, because I really believe that the spirit does live on, that we are eternal beings, that our soul essence goes on to another realm of consciousness and continues to learn and grow and evolve and have experiences. Whether you agree with me on that or not, however, radical gratitude comes as blessing even in loss and mourning. How does that work? And what are a number of golden nuggets that I can share with you after my many years of working with clients who've had losses. Golden nugget number one for today: be patient with yourself. You are in a healing process and have had a shock. No matter how prepared you tried to make yourself for the situation, when death does occur, it brings up often memories and regrets. It seemingly cancels out whatever might have been between you, and that can be in itself very painful. Allow yourself time. Pamper yourself. Understand that there is no time limit. That's the next golden nugget. There is no time limit on grief, on mourning. It does take as long as it takes. And the more you can allow yourself to let your heart heal from this without judging yourself or putting a particular time limit on it, the likelier it is that you will move through it more gracefully. Next golden nugget for today is, don't try to do this alone. Please give yourself whatever inspiration you can, either through books, through videos, through support groups, reaching out to other people who knew and loved the person who has passed on. You might want to contact somebody like myself who works as a medium, as an intuitive, who can help you if you're having trouble connecting with the spirit of the departed, to make those connections. It invariably is a message that I've been able to bring through over the years to people of comfort. The spirit of your loved one, I believe, and I have so much reason to prove this based on my own personal experiences with family and friends who've passed on, and as well as many clients, they still love you. They still are concerned about your well-being, and if they see that you're constantly miserable in their physical absence, it only tends to hold them back because they care so much. The caring, like love itself, is eternal. In that way, nothing has changed, and in many cases, if there was a grievance that you've held, an area of unforgiveness and regret, very often when the life review occurs in the afterlife, there is a learning that happens with the soul, and then they actually want to give you a message of apology, of asking for your forgiveness. The messages that I've been able to bring through have always been very reassuring and very loving. and sometimes very conciliatory. Next golden nugget. Make a list of all the marvelous times that you had together. Let yourself, at a time when you can really be quiet and reflect, journal about that, or make a piece of artwork that will honor the memory of your loved one. Put that artwork or scrapbook or piece of sculpture, whatever form it takes for you. Maybe you'll write a song, maybe you'll write a short story, maybe you'll write a tribute. Put it in a place where it's prominently displayed so you know it's around you. Next golden nugget. Allow yourself to cry. Tears are liquid love. Every drop, literally, is a purification of your whole system. Tears are there to help relieve the emotional pressure that sometimes builds up in our lives, particularly during times of stress. Next golden nugget, try not to make any major life decisions about moving, selling a home, buying a home, getting into a new major relationship. Maybe postpone, if you can, any major business choices, because you are still in a state of great change and adjustment, and you need to be cognizant of that. Most of all, know that the feelings that you have, the many different emotions, are to be expected, are normal, are reasonable. Sometimes grief comes like a wave that's gently lapping in and out along the beach edge. Other times it comes like a tidal wave. And the thing about it is that it's often unpredictable, and yet there are times like holidays, like birthdays, like celebrations of anniversaries. The calendar, the longer you live, sometimes becomes dotted with the days of the deaths of people you've loved, but also their birthdays. So we have, again, as we always do on this plane of earth, the polarities, the joys, the sorrows, the ups and the downs. This is a part of life. And through radical gratitude, you can look at the many joyful times you may have shared with the person. And then you can also, next golden nugget, make a list of the wonderful qualities in that person that you would like to emulate. Make a list of all that you learned from the relationship, from your interactions. And realize that sometimes, from times when you didn't agree, sometimes when it wasn't so easy and idyllic, you may have come to a deeper love between you than you had before. Mourning from loss textures your soul. It's an opportunity, as hard as it may feel, as raw as the emotions may sometimes be, to move through your life with a renewed understanding of the preciousness of every single interaction we have with those we care for. Be sure to reach out to others. Don't try to do it alone. And if you find that you are experiencing difficulty eating, difficulty sleeping, difficulty taking care of your physical needs and keeping up with your work life, and that you're isolating too much, then know you may be suffering from depression, and that possibly it would be useful for you to contact some professional help. I'm Beverly Banov Brown. Please know that you're in my very loving prayers, wherever you are, whatever you're going through. I feel for you and I do care. I hope that's of comfort. Until next time, I wish you love and peace, and that whatever losses you've experienced so far in your life, you see that through using radical gratitude, you can still have a very, very vibrant, meaningful, and purposeful existence. Bye for now.